that slow and steady steps will be my pace. Slow and steady steps will win this race. It will take some time, but the victory will be mine. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly. I'm starting to believe I only race with me, only me. I can't live to someone else. This journey for myself, it's for myself. Since my best is all I have, it is enough. I can see a ray of hope. I've got to trust that slow and steady steps will be my pace. Slow and steady steps will win this race. It will take some time, but the victory will be mine. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly, and I will soar. I will reach the sky, a little at a time. I'm reaching, I'll keep believing that slow and steady steps will be my pace. Slow and steady steps will win this race. It will take some time, but the victory will be mine. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to
Hey everybody, thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm a little bit teary. I'm trying not to be, I really am, but trying is lying and it ain't working. I've been on the phone with hospice. I have Ben's healthcare power of attorney, and if somebody doesn't have your healthcare power of attorney, you need to give that to them because it helps people to make decisions on what you would like. You need to talk to somebody about what you would like in the event that you're not able to tell the nurses and the doctors and the hospice workers what you want. I know what Ben wants. I know he wants to fight. But when you're down to the last few days, you just keep thinking, what else is there? Suffering and pain. He's been asleep kind of for 2 days now, yesterday and today. He needs fluids. They're bringing fluids tonight. But I know he wants to fight. That means he has to go back to the hospital. But I also know he doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go back to the hospital. So what do you do? What do you do? So the healthcare worker she's a social worker. She's going to talk to him and explain things. He doesn't have a will, but I'm going to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of as far as funeral arrangements and all that stuff. His dad will be the next of kin if he doesn't have a will. So you need to have a will. First time I made a will, we were going on vacation. And Justin was 5 years old. And I knew who I wanted to raise my child if something happened to me in a car accident. And I made a will. I hand wrote it out. I made a will when I was, 23 years old. Because I knew if something happened to me, Justin would be raised by somebody in my family. And I needed to make a decision. So, stating what you want. Do you want to be cremated or do you want a regular funeral service? Well, there are no regular funeral services right now. In North Carolina, you can only have a few people there. So people are opting for graveside services. That's what my grandmother wanted. She had it all fixed out. She wanted gravesides. She planned and paid for her funeral years in advance. She had her coffin picked out, everything. Yeah, Ben has been in hospice now for a week. Maybe 2 weeks. No, it's a week. So, he's fought hard. And in August, he was great. It was like he was his old self back again. He'd gained his weight back, and then he got a blockage. And with a blockage, you can't take in food. He has an NG tube going down through his nose. It's just awful. But it keeps him from throwing up all the time. So he can only drink liquid things. So I'm sort of fasting today, having only bone broth and tea and coffee this morning. So fasting is good for me. Fasting is all he can do. Ben is right with the Lord. So that's the most important thing, is that you're right with the Lord. And I know he was at his happiest helping people in prison find the Lord. That's where he found the Lord. And he knows his Bible. So I hope his mama's there to greet him when he gets to heaven, because that would be wonderful for him. Anyway, that was kind of why I'm sad. I've tried not to cry, but it just doesn't work. Julie's been crying, and Miss Lisa's been crying. She's there helping. So, say a prayer for Julie, his girlfriend, and Lisa. She came up from Little Rock. She's known Ben since he was 1 year old. I guess she knew my sister. And she's taking care of him, helping out. So this is wonderful. Absolutely. Say a prayer for her. She's been without a job since May because of COVID. So say a prayer for her. She's in her prayer group, one of her friends told her, the reason you may not have been able to find a job is because you're supposed to be with Ben. And I told her that her friends were right. That she's a blessing to me, knowing she's there. So, folks, let your family know what your wishes are. Don't keep it hidden. Write it down someplace. You can put things in your phone under ICE, emergency something, ICE, and that they'll look on your phone for things. Write stuff down. Let people know. Don't hide it. I want to be cremated. I don't want to be in the ground in a box. I don't like boxes. And I want my ashes scattered over our 10 acres here. Mine and Robert's ashes put together and plant a tree. I just want to be right here somewhere. And Justin will make sure of all that. Justin will make sure of all that. Anyway, you just have to tell your family. And Ben told me a week ago Sunday that he was going to design his own tombstone. So I hope he did. I hope he drew out what he wants on his tombstone. Because we have had the Fly Lady logo put on a tombstone. And it was just a beautiful story of how Mama, who was sick with cancer, got ready to leave her family, her babies. And she had her control journal. And she showed them all her favorite recipes for Christmas. And this 16-year-old daughter was sending me a message saying, I'm your newest fly baby. My mama taught me how to make Thanksgiving, and I'm making Thanksgiving for my siblings. I'm making Thanksgiving. Well, I had Amy Lacey, who wrote all our music. She lived in the same town as Chrissy, and she went and checked on Chrissy. And she even took a picture of the tombstone with Fly Lady on it. So, folks, let your family know what your wishes are. Don't keep them hidden, because life's too short. Life is too short. Ben's mama died 2 years ago in July. And she died in her sleep. She was scared to die. I'm not scared to die, y'all. I am not scared. I know there's a better place waiting for me. I know this because Jesus has prepared the place for me. Leanne did not have cancer. She had a heart attack. My sister Dina has breast cancer right now. She's been fighting it for a year. They took a lump out and now they've got to do another surgery next Tuesday. So say a prayer for Dina. Just know that God has all of this. God has all of this. And I try to stay strong. I stay strong because God's lifting me up. Y'all are lifting me up. And I can get through this. But it's hard being a fixer like me, not being able to be there in Knoxville. Their COVID is blowing up. It's blowing up here. I looked at charts last night for an hour. And the rate's going up. The death rate's not going up. But the rate of infection is going up. So we have to be careful. We have to be safe. I've not been around anybody but Mark and Leanne. That's pretty much it. That's all I've been around, Mark and Leanne. And I haven't been around Justin and my grandchildren this summer. None of it. And my sister-in-law came over one time, but we social distanced and we went out to eat pizza and we social distanced. So, folks, get your home organized. Get rid of your clutter. Don't leave clutter as your legacy for everyone. Don't do that. Get rid of your clutter. Bless someone else with your abundance, and you're going to be blessed in return. Know what you want. I used to have this when my mama died. My mama died on Christmas Eve. And she was in a nursing home. And she was 65. I'll be 65 my birthday in January. That's frightening. I know when I first met Robert, he couldn't wait to turn 50. And I said, why are you so excited to turn 50? And he said, because I would have lived longer than my dad did. His dad died at 49 and 3 days before his birthday. And one time I asked my mother-in-law, I said, why did you never remarry? And she said, when you get it right the first time, you don't need to do it again. She was so profound on some things. And she told me before I married Robert, she says, you got to really love a man whose last name is Silly. You got to really love a man whose last name is Silly. And I do. He is a precious soul. So, my mom and dad divorced when I was 10 years old. Robert's father died when he was 10 years old. It's just, you play the cards you're dealt with. And you just got, as Ben said, his other grandmother used to say, you do the next right thing. You do the next right thing. Think about that. You know, we're taking baby steps like crazy and we're getting ready for the holidays. But then it comes a time when you don't know what to do next. And just think, what's the next right thing to do? What's the next right thing? Well, folks, I'm going to get off of here. I've cried on your shoulder long enough. Thank you for being here. Sometimes you just need a friend to hold your hand and drink a cup of tea with you. And this is our mindful mug. So be mindful of what you want your plans. I know if you think you're only 39 years old, I don't need to think about this stuff. Ben is 39. He was 39 his birthday. 39. And stop taking acid reflux medication. That's what's killed him. They gave him acid reflux medicine in prison. He was there for 5 years, and every day he was given this medication. And it caused the cancer. And he's in a class action lawsuit with it. Yeah, he's in a class action lawsuit. So, folks, know what your plans are. It's not hard. Just write it down. Tell somebody. I know they won't want to talk about it, but you can get it off your chest. There's a cat that wants in here. Well, y'all go check out our great big sale we got going on. 25% off most everything in the fly shop. And we have our ultimate package, which is $100 off. You get 11 items for $111, which is my birthday. 111 is my birthday. It's Kathy's birthday too. And you get 11 items and you got a lot of Christmas presents there. Yep, Resinidine or something like that. There's a class action lawsuit about it. Just look up class action lawsuit on acid reflux medication. I love you all. And just have a good rest of the evening. See you later. Bye.